Carl was a seasoned insurance salesman. He had spent years honing his craft, mastering the art of selling policies to people who were fearful of the unknown. His office was adorned with posters of happy families, secure in the knowledge that they were protected by his insurance plans. He prided himself on offering peace of mind. One gloomy evening, Carl received a call from a prospective client named Mr. Johnson. The man had heard about Carl's reputation and was eager to purchase a life insurance policy. Carl met Mr. Johnson at his modest home, and after a thorough consultation, he closed the deal. They shook hands, and Carl left, leaving Mr. Johnson feeling secure in his newfound coverage. A few weeks passed, and Carl received a call from Mr. Johnson's distraught wife. She explained that her husband had vanished without a trace, leaving behind only an empty wallet at their dinner table. Carl couldn't fathom what had happened, but he assured her that the policy would provide financial support in her time of need. As days turned into weeks, Carl's phone rang again. It was another client, Mrs. Anderson, whose husband had mysteriously disappeared after purchasing an insurance policy from Carl. The pattern repeated itself, with more and more clients vanishing under bizarre circumstances. The police were baffled, and rumors began to circulate about Carl's cursed insurance policies. Haunted by guilt and confusion, Carl couldn't escape the growing dread that he was somehow responsible for these inexplicable disappearances. He revisited his past clients, attempting to offer comfort and reassurance. However, his efforts were in vain, as more and more of them vanished without a trace. Desperation gnawed at Carl's sanity. He became consumed by paranoia, convinced that something sinister lurked within the insurance policies he had sold. His mind raced with fear, and his once successful career crumbled into ruins. He lost his job, his home, and his sense of self. One fateful night, overwhelmed by his torment, Carl was admitted to a mental institution. He was assigned a small, dimly lit room with barred windows and the constant sound of distant, eerie whispers. As he roamed the sterile hallways, he noticed familiar faces among the patients. His clients, all of them, each one trapped in the same nightmarish place. Carl approached one of them. Mr. Anderson, the long-lost husband of Mrs. Anderson. He was now a hollow shell of his former self, muttering incomprehensible words and staring into the abyss. Tears welled up in Carl's eyes as he realized the truth. His clients were not disappearing into thin air. They were being imprisoned in this dreadful institution. The revelation sent shivers down Carl's spine. He had unwittingly sold them insurance policies that ensnared their very souls, condemning them to a life of eternal torment within the walls of this mental institution. He was not a purveyor of peace of mind. He was a harbinger of unspeakable horror. As the nightmarish reality closed in around him, Carl's sanity unraveled completely. He joined the ranks of his lost clients, forever imprisoned in the twisted insurance nightmare he had unknowingly created. A captive salesman in a mental institution where the only coverage was for the terrors of the mind.